in his opening statement was say that.
I don't know, that's the way it sounds though, I'm not being funny.
No, I said if you got a problem, like Mr. King said, where you have been a victim of some kind of irregularities, then if you don't want it known out here, then here is a form that you can use. And you can list the streets that you live on if you want to. But I would suggest, if you want to keep things out of being on a public, then do it on a form. Now there's two things you can do. Thank you very much. Yes, Ms. Tolfree.
Ms. Tolfree, 14511 Chairs Road, East Cleveland, Ohio. I do not want to become part of Cleveland, Ohio, to gentrify, and I will do everything I can to say no to Cleveland, Ohio. It is racist. People keep talking about all this big time money, but my understanding is the people who now live in the neighborhoods of Cleveland, Ohio, aren't getting a darn thing. All the money is going downtown. So I'll fight University Circle Inc., the mayor, council, and anybody else that wants to change East Cleveland. Because all they want to do is gentrify and tell us ends to get the hell out the way. And I'm not ready to get out the way. Next, you want to talk about how they want to gentrify and tell us to get out the way. I went to see this mess on Noble Road. It looked bad on television. It is a disaster. I wouldn't want nothing behind me looking like this. This don't need to get bigger. It needs to go along with that mess on the other street. This is an environmental disaster. It needs to go. And maybe some elected officials with it that don't live in the city of East Cleveland, Ohio.
That's right. That's right.
Dr. Patricia Bohoviak, 1894 Farmington. Of the many things that I could say, about the schools today, a couple come to mind. One is that tomorrow at 1:30 at Caledonia Elementary, there's a program that's the ending program for the summer school. And they have all sorts of interesting arts and other experiences in their afternoon, in their less academic part of it. And that's tomorrow. At this very moment, 8 of the Shaw High School students are in China and having an interesting experience, I'm sure. And the third is that if you have a child who is going to attend the East Cleveland schools this fall, especially kindergarten students, register them now if they're not already registered. We have an issue that kindergarten students don't get registered and started on day one. Those children need to be present on day one. If they come in a month or 2 or 3 months later after school starts, then it's difficult for the children themselves. It's also difficult for the teachers, and it's difficult for the rest of the children. So the ideal time is day one with the registration now so that we can plan and have everything in order. And the second ideal time is day 2 and third is 3, but the best time is day 1, and we would like to see all of our children starting school on day 1 and being present for school. Every day they're not so ill that they need to stay home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, counselors.
That I don't think is on.
Oh, it's okay. Mayor Norton, the council president. My name is Gladys Walcott. I live at 13319 3rd Avenue for the last 50 years. I addressed the council at the last meeting in reference to a number of things on our street in our area. I have a list of citizens or residents that signed this form that they also are concerned about these issues. We've had no paving on 3rd Avenue in over 40 years plus. You can't drive down the street unless you have to only drive in one lane, unless you want your car damaged or your automobile damaged, because mine's been damaged already. We have high weeds on the corner of 3rd Avenue and East 133rd. I noticed that that's been corrected, Mayor. that they did cut all the weeds on East 133rd, so that problem's taken care of. We have high weeds on our vacant lots. We have several vacant lots on 3rd Avenue. The high weeds are like here, you know, almost past me. Street light in the middle of the street. We have 3 lights on our street. One was taken down, knocked down today, and the other one flashed on and off at intervals for the last 2 years. So the street is completely dark on one end. So that forced the residents to sort of leave their porch lights on and leave their lights on, so there'd be some visibility. The board ups and the burnt residents, there's several homes that have been burned, and those are still standing with animals or whoever, the 2-legged or the 4-legged ones, going in and out of those abandoned buildings. And so it's a safety hazard. We have a lot of children on the street, and it's definitely a safety hazard. I was happy to see that some of the streets are being paved, and I understand about the finances of the city. But I would appreciate if my counselor would take a look and continue to encourage that our street get on the list. Because we have a number of people on the street that's been there putting into the tax base for over 40 years. And I think we deserve some, you know, some consideration on that street. I have this, I'll give to the council. Let's see. I have all these papers. This is the list for the residents to sign. Mayor, I'll get one copied and send it to your office as well. Thank you.
I can scan it in and send it upstairs and swap it.
You'll send it to the mayor's office? Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Clinton Davis Jr. I live at 1367 Sharview. I am the president of Sharview Street. I'm here today, and this is really serious. Anthony Harris did come by my house, but I couldn't catch up with him. And everybody drives down Sharp. Everybody here. So yeah, everybody. So you know exactly what I'm getting ready to say. Is the holes, sinkholes. Okay? Now when you're coming down, the trouble we'd have is the water coming from the hill is coming all the way down Euclid, and it's settling down there. Just like Page with all the sewer coming out, going down there. Now let me explain something to you. It's a sinkhole here. And then right off across from the sinkhole, there's a sidewalk. It's falling through. You can see all the way down. Oh my goodness. Okay? So when you go up under the bridge, over to the right here, there's a new sinkhole. Okay? Now, over across from that one, there's the water and buckled up, and you can see the blocks. And the water's coming up. And the reason why the water people ain't did nothing, because it ain't coming from the pipes. It's coming from the ground. So there's a lot of water down here. A lot of water down here. And I'm going to tell you, you got our kids coming down there. I walk my dog all the time.